What is up, guys? We are live here with the finals of Pro Play Tour Online Series Weekend Championship number 3. We have the first ever IRL Pro Play Tour champion Jarrett Zimmerman versus 15-year-old superstar from Germany. Yes, region does not matter. If you've ever wanted to participate in the Pro Play Tour, it's never holding you back now with the Online Series Weekend Championship number 4. Next weekend, a tourney code will be legal, and we have Mr. Simo and MBT, which will be commentating for this weekend, though. We have our lovely commentating team. What's up, guys?
All right, we are here with Jarrett Zimmerman against actually Dagger, a 15-year-old German Yu-Gi-Oh player up here at the finals against the first ever Pro Play Circuit champion, Jarrett Zimmerman. This is going to be a great match, guys. We're seeing the two powerhouses of the format fighting it off for the final so that one of these players can be crowned the champion. Who do you guys think is going to take this one, guys?
I mean, with Jarrett going first and him being undefeated so far, it definitely seems like he has a good chance here. Having the Koty and Macabre access in this deck is just so powerful, and if we see the souls come down, he is just really looking like he's in a good position from there.
Oh yeah,
sure.
For sure.
So welcome to the finals, guys. It's Jam1 from Jam1TCG, Yu-Gi tuber, and Frogmaster. This is the final match of this, and as he said, the two power giants of this format are going head-to-head. Pat, who do you think is stronger? Is it going to be the eldlich or the rock Adamancipators? Let us know what you think is the strongest deck, because this is basically what this format is. Important, I saw in the chat, it's important that you guys know how to play against these decks. Some people are saying like, oh, I'm tired of seeing the same decks. Well, this is the meta, and if you don't know how to play against it, you will lose. So who do you think is stronger? Who do you think is going to prevail in our final weekend 3 event, the championship?
By the way, I'm sure some of you guys watching this are wondering, like, what is Kaufland? Kaufland is actually a grocery store very similar to Walmart, but it's smaller and it's in Germany. That's what that is. So it's kind of a meme. So anybody who didn't know what that was, there you go.
Actually, I don't even know what that's referring to.
It's literally just a grocery store.
So it looks like he's starting off pretty strong with the whole Alistair into Macabre play. And he even has access to Lord already, so this is looking probably one of the best boards or like situations that this deck wants to be in.
Yeah, like I said, he did open Optimi that one game where he had the Eldland. Basically, when open Eldland Souls Alistair or Meltdown Souls Alistair is usually your best hand, as it sets you up with double trap guaranteed along with the Kaliga and the Macabre turn 1, which is incredibly powerful.
Now, gentlemen in chat, we do have Germany versus America. Who do you guys think is going to take this? I want to see American flags and German flags in chat on both YouTube and Twitch. I want to see who is going to win. Not to start any, international conflicts, but I mean, at the same time, we can still farm those emotes, right?
It's just rooting for your team. This is not conflict.
So we do see Dagger actually having a really good out to this Macabre here, being that once you put a monster on board, you're usually
the girl is fine. I'm sorry, that was just funny.
That's great. We are getting a bunch of follows. Genocidal Rex 2, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, looks like he's thinking here now. Again, this is, like I said earlier, you kind of want to interrupt them a little bit earlier into their combos. So looks like he might air a negate or some type of destruction here.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. I think the negate here on the normal summon is not the worst thing that could happen here.
Yeah,
it is going to be a negate and banish.
Meaning that Seeker is gone and down to the count. Unless he has a block dragon, for the most part, he doesn't have access to another rock monster in this situation, which could be really problematic. That banish is super important, meaning either even a Gigantes or a block dragon was probably not coming down here. And
yeah, exactly.
He still has to contend with the 3 back row, and we can assume that one is going to be a Conquistador.
Absolutely.
We might actually just see a scoop up here pretty quick.
See, he's saying, so he's thinking about it again. Like, this is, I keep saying this is the best time to start interrupting them. Seen it multiple times. It's like if you stop it right before they get rolling, they don't have any follow-ups. The next turn, that is, so you need to capitalize on that.
All right, chat. This is the point. If you want to send power to your favorite player in the final, the only proven way to do that is by subscribing with Twitch Prime. That's the only way. If you subscribe with Twitch Prime, that's how you're going to be able to help your favorite player win this match.
The other way to do it is subscribing to PPG YGO on YouTube and subscribing to all 3 of our channels.
Oh, yeah. He's right. He's right.
Sure.
You subscribe to Jam1TCG, King of Scrubs, and No Tier Gaming. It will indeed put some power into the ability of the player you want to win. Oh, Foolish Burial coming down, meaning if he sends the Block Dragon down here, right, he can actually banish the 3 cards in his hand if need be and be able to link off, to be able to reset his hand.
It'd be dangerous, though. He has 3 sets.
You also have to worry about Hakuero coming down with this?
Yeah, Hakuero, that's what I was going to say. The one that banishes, if he does that to whatever he sends to graveyard, that will be, like, devastating.
This is interesting. Definitely some high-level playing here, trying to think of his best way to be able to out this board.
Like, he's thinking about it, what he wants to send. He probably realized that line of play as well, thinking like, wow, if I send something to Hakuero, I'm going to be in trouble here.
Absolutely. He does indeed send Jet Synchron of all cards. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, like I said, he's in the same... I mean, it could get him to a Needle Fiber, which would be really nice for him, but I can't imagine that Needle Fiber isn't going to be allowed to go through.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit worrisome here.
I mean, he has to contend with... I don't know if we've seen Jarrett activate Imperm, but Imperm is really popular in this list because it can just end the turn of the Adamancipator player in some situations, like we saw the Jam on the Gallant just ending the turn before, having a negate so they can't get to their block.
It just as predicted.
Uh-oh.
That's not what you want to hear your opponent say in this game.
Jarrett out here with the smack talk, being like, I knew you were going to do that. And the Monster Reborn comes down. I don't know how to predict that.
I don't think he did. Kaiba, my grandfather deck has no pathetic cards.
I think the biggest thing here is, oh yeah, he does have the option to target the Almirage or the Alistair, but I think in almost all situations you want to get that Quadrimir Guardian on board so you do have a rock target.
That's true.
Here's the thing though, if he has the Hakuero and he picks up his own card, then he'll lose it, but I don't think Hakuero can banish from
it on Alistair.
He's going to use it to make the Gallant Granite, most likely, and that would be
that's definitely it.
He will, even at that point, though, not have enough rocks, at least as far as we're aware currently, to do anything if he does add the Block Dragon.
Interesting.
He's thinking here. They have a lot riding on this, too, so if you guys see the patience and thinking, this is the level of play that you guys have to understand. These are top players, and they're playing for cash money prize, so there's a lot on the line here, so of course they're going to take their time. That's how you lose if you start rushing your plays and overthinking or something like that, you know, so...
Pack out here giving all kinds of helpful advice in the Twitch chat. Shout out to you, Pack, for trying to make everybody better at the game.
Yeah, Pack, guys, check him out. He was actually a former PPG champion. You guys remember he did it with Ultra Guys. He has a YouTube channel, too. You guys should check him out as well. He's been, like, doing play-by-play of how to be better at the game.
Yeah, he does a lot of combos and different deck profiles for what the new meta is, which are really interesting. I think and the Conquistador coming down, popping the Gallant Granite, I don't know if he'll be able to extend past this anymore. And
unless he has the Block Dragon in hand, I don't think he can. It looks like he does have the Block Dragon in hand.
Ow.
Wow.
Way. Ow.
Wow, that is an insane hand. Foolish Burial, Monster Road, and the Block Dragon all in one hand, and being able to play through a lot of this interruption here.
Yep, so we're going to probably see Needle Fiber come down here.
Yep, we'll see Needle Fiber probably as Chain Link 1, and then we're looking at Gigantes plus Seeker plus Researcher all coming to hand, which he doesn't really have to fear.
But yeah, so...
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, you had to hear that. But yeah, so this is crazy though, because now Block Dragon is gonna get him more cards, and he has the Hacko 5. We'll just call them Needle Fiber, but we don't know what these other face downs are, so they might be enough to interrupt his plays. But he's still looking pretty good to have playing through so many interruptions already.
Because here's the thing that comes down here, right? So if he has the counter trap, he could negate the Needle Fiber, and then Block Dragon has to once Block Dragon resolves, there's not much that he can really do. He'd have to gigantic people get a rock on board to be able to continue playing.
But I think from there, he's pretty much into full combo almost at that point if he does get the Needle Fiber stopped. So
unless there's a Call by the Grave set, which would be insane.
It would be very scary, yeah. I don't know if Call by the Grave is popular in the main deck currently just because it's good versus the rock deck, but usually they're able to set up some sort of negation before they would have to trigger the Block Dragon.
I've seen some people maining it because it does also get rid of the Golden Lord. Like, so I have seen some people maining it at 2, but I'm not sure if his list has it because I haven't seen the list.
Yeah, looks like Jared's been thinking for a while. He is going to need to make a play here.
Exactly, because as we mentioned, thinking is important, but if you do it too long, it is counted as slow play. So
and Imperm comes down, negating the Needle Fiber. So that was the other interruption there, which I think in retrospect is still kind of an issue. He has conducted his normal summon.
He did technically misplay in this situation because had he used the Imperm on the Gallant instead, he would have been in a much better situation than with the Block Dragon had he been able to remove the other monster on board for the Conquistador play. So it could be questionable.
So the Block Dragon is going to give it banished here most likely for the so that he can trigger his Researcher in hand.
This carnival of animals is all I see.
So looks like there might be there's a little bit of confusion here as to what was added.
he just wants to see verify what he added.
It was just, yeah, it was pretty standard. The Researcher, the Seeker, and the Gigantes.
Yeah, it was very, very standard play here. Now, the real question is, where does Adamancipator go? He basically gets to do whatever he wants here by summoning the Researcher. But if that Researcher whiffs or gets negated, I don't know that there's going to be very much that can happen.
I think at that situation, he's still on the drag type because he hasn't used Seeker to special summon yet. So he hasn't used Seeker or Researcher special summon.
That's true. Depending on what that last back row is for Jarrett, this may not look very good for him.
He does get the Researcher out, which is super important.
Oh, here we go. See what his meals will be. Looks like it's lagging. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully not.
No, we really don't want to disconnect here.
That wouldn't be very unfortunate.
So we are
Believe in this tournament.
here.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to see the Researcher effect here. If this whiffs, all he's really going to have resource-wise is he will have a Raptide trigger, so he'll have another chance, but he's definitely going to have to make a nearly as big of a board as he would need in this situation.
Yeah, for sure. Darkfire094, thank you for the follow.
Hey guys, this is still early. I want to know who do you think is going to win?
Indeed whiff.
So there's a whiff on there. He does still have the Raptide to try to resolve, but it's not looking so great.
At the same time, by putting all these on bottom, that means all the tuners are no longer on the top, meaning that this Raptide now has a second opportunity to be able to trigger.
So Raptide can still hit tuners. It's just the two Seeker and the Researcher.
Yeah, that's right. So now but we still have not seen a lot of the gogogo engine, so there's a good chance that some gogogo cards are here. Let's see what happens.
So I think in the end here, he's definitely going to get his board cleared, but I don't know how much actually Dagger is going to be able to do even if he hits.
So on summon, he is debating here. So what is going to happen here?
Well, he's just asking if his opponent has a response to the summon, I believe. Because it is just a main phase effect for Raptide.
Yep.
It doesn't happen on summon. He does have to ignition it. So, he said you're good. I feel like this is that moment in Yu-Gi-Oh! IVs where you say reveals the top 5. Does he get what he needs? Gloves. Okay.
It's a gogogo glove. I don't know that that's going to be enough, though. What do you guys think?
I think, from what he's able to do, he's able to clear the board, but there's definitely a lot of recovery left on Jarrett's side right now, he does still have the Trap and Graveyard, which did him another one. There's a chance it's a Senuine set that he's not committing yet. Or even maybe he's holding out really late for something like a Strike, although I don't know how popular that is currently in the main deck for this deck.
I haven't seen many people playing it. I mean, they're on Judgment, but I have not seen Strike in many of these lists.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what his back row could be, because had it been a YGOPro, he definitely would have used it on that block drive in, because it would have basically made his opponent pass turn. So it was kind of interesting. It could be an Imperm, and he just held it really late, because there has only been two good targets for it so far, outside the Seeker, but he just banished the Seeker. So we'll see.
If this is, I just don't know what this could possibly be here. Like we've seen Imperm, we've seen the Conquistador. What could this set card be? I don't know that he mains Floodgates at all. So and we would have seen the summon limit come down a lot sooner.
Yeah, this is still game one.
This is indeed still game one.
Wild. I can't imagine what it is, other than maybe he has a main deck Cyclone, or it's just a bluff. Those are really all I can expect here.
It could be a bluff. He might just be making him think, which, again, this game is so intricate when it comes to things like that. Like, you guys, sometimes you gotta bluff your opponent. Like, throws off their
Here's the thing. What this could be is this is a... him think that this is actually a bluff, and it's actually just a blowout card that could actually win him the game.
I've seen that happen. I do that myself, being the Frog Master.
It's like, I'm going to pretend this is a bluff this entire game, and then I'm going to use it when I need it.
I call that playing victim. You think that you don't have anything. So, okay, he drops down the blue one here. Now, we're going to see, he said it's okay. He's going to fire off the blue one's effect. Try.
Let's see.
I mean, he has to activate the trap card at this point if there's one. Otherwise, it's just going back to hand. He's not really getting anything from it. And just in general, if he does remove that Conquistador, all it's going to do is set up for graveyard advantage.
Absolutely.
Imagine if he hit all 5 with this. That'd be insane.
He hit 4, so that's pretty much a full.
No, he hit
good.
He hit 3 actually. The Zubaba Bacha Gagaga code is a warrior. Yeah.
Yep, my bad.
So he does get 3.
But I don't know what that really does overall. I mean, he clears the Makaba, and he might just leave the Golden Lord on board, because having it in hand and having the Conquistador in hand is really scary.
Absolutely.
I am surprised that spell didn't come down, so I don't know if it was just a bluff that he set.
I don't know. Gets him back into this.
However, yeah, I mean, it's looking like still pretty hard for 1-up, because his opponent... You lighting out there, Scrub.
Can actually go...
Your volume is going down a little bit. I can't hear you.
So, there's a Unicorn, but it's not really going to do anything. I think he just wants to clear out the Conquistador and have the Golden Lord in graveyard, but it does mean his opponent isn't going to get a set, and he does have another set from the spell card he has in grave, and there's only one interaction on the side of 1-upization, or one interaction on the side of actually Dagger, which does just get beaten by the Golden Lord slamming down. So I don't know how good of a position he is unless he just happens to top deck a block track.
It really does.
All right, so let's see how he follows up after it. And his board picked apart like this. So
we know whatever card that was set was put back to hand. So if it was a bluff, it might have just been an invocation or something. And if it's an invocation, he just activates it, or he just goes, yeah. And then we're gonna see that.
Yeah, he can just activate it and.
So he's getting access to a golden land card. That is really scary.
And here's the thing: the invocation cannot be negated by the drag tide either, because Meltdown is on board.
Oh yeah, and it negates the activation, not just the effect of it, meaning that invocation's coming down. Oh, and he did not use the effect of Secret twice. He used Researcher and then Drag Tide. He did not get a third mill. So he did play that correctly.
Okay, so it does look like a slow play warning was issued for the rock player.
Fair enough. Okay, so see where he goes from here.
Okay, so oh, the correction, the Jarrett received a slow play warning. I apologize. Which
Scrub, your mic went out a little bit.
is it?
Yeah. George said that in chat too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the set card is he has in hand. The fact that he didn't activate it is very questionable. My guess is it's got to be in rotation. I can't see another card he would set as a bluff, but I don't even know why he would set the invocation, not just activate it. It's a very weird situation.
How do I sound now?
Yeah, you sound clearer now.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Technical issues.
Internet isn't perfect, so yeah, looks like it might still be a bluff. He's gonna switch the Golden Lord to attack mode here.
The Golden Lord is indeed boosted, I believe, so it is going to be able to swing over this drag type. And without a block dragon in graveyard, Adamancipator, I don't think they can come back without top decking some sort of graveyard summoning. Yeah, that's not good.
He does have the drag type to negate, so.
That's true.
But if an invocation does come down, he is really in a terrible position because he hasn't searched yet either, meaning there's going to be double fusion dropping. And I don't know if he's in a spot to play through that effectively.
Yeah, draft type does indeed negate. But here's the thing, the Golden Lord being boosted to be able to swing over the drag type means that the only thing that he has is a unicorn, and we know that he has a Conquistador set. So the Conquistador will be able to pop the unicorn or whatever is summoned on the next turn.
What's boosting the Golden Lord currently?
I believe it was boosted, correct? Was it not boosted?
No, I think it was summoned off of a Sanguine, so it's not even strong enough to beat over the blue one.
There was not a Sanguine activated.
Oh.
It was the Black Awakening summoned it.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah. One of them did it. So, okay, so he keeps the drag site. That's actually good for him.
And he does have Conquistador resolving, and we know there's another Conquistador set, so we might see the trap card come down, the one that special summons Sanguine from the deck.
Yes.
Meaning he'll have access to double Lord, and I think his opponent's in a pretty terrible position from there because he's still just going to keep this advantage string going, and drag type only has can only negate once per turn.
Yeah, that is very true.
So we do see another special summon coming down.
I think that interaction though with the drag type is so cool that Needle Fiber puts a water in graveyard for you to get that. Like that's so
absolutely
stupid.
It's definitely really strong. It means you don't have to play the small one.
Yep.
Okay, so his turns here, he draws. What's this top deck gonna be? But he's just gonna hard activate Drag Guy right now and is met with a Scarlet. He's trying to force this negate early. Lets it go through.
Wow.
That's a full field bounce. But again,
yeah, that is.
Unless that's a block dragon, he just really doesn't have the advantage for it to even matter that much.
Yeah, that's true.
3,000, maybe a little bit more. But with... Yeah, Jalen's been committed too. There's just not much he can do at this point. Unless it is a block dragon that he top decked, so...
Just gonna Bryo neck your whole field. Oh, good.
Card's really good, but even still, I don't know that it's going to be enough here because it really comes down. It's really going to ability to just kind of get rid of it on his next turn.
Yeah, and it's definitely. Just
I agree with you guys there. I think kind of ran out of steam.
Yeah, when this deck doesn't get to block dragon, it really falls apart quick in terms of it doesn't have the option to make a really big board, and it doesn't have any follow-up plays. Block dragon really carries that. That's why I think we may see a block dragon hit or limit.
Oh,
Interesting.
Automata
So-
pickup.
So it grabs the Utopia Onomatopoeia, but it does have the gloves in graveyard, so he can make a dweller here. And that's gonna be the biggest thing for him.
Right here. But that's still not getting him very far. Like, Jarrett still has the ability to be able to kind of pick apart this board for the most part, especially if you draw something like an Alistair.
Even without the Alistair, he's still gonna be able to clear the Dragite away, meaning his opponent's not gonna have any interaction for the on-field or the trap cards that we know are there. We know there's a Conquistador set.
Now, this is indeed still game one, guys. I know a lot of people are asking. This is still game one.
That's one downside about combo is it does eat the timer a bit because your plays take a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Going into a dweller here, kind
Which
of
is not bad. Dweller is definitely the optimal choice here, but I don't know that it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, he puts the damage in, but we know that Dragite's gonna get taken out here just by the Golden Lord at minimum.
Yep.
So the Dweller comes down, so he's not gonna be able to stick a Golden Lord onto the field, but he will get the Sanguine Search.
So during the draw, on the draw phase.
He's gonna definitely get that Sanguine trigger to set probably a Hequero, because he just needs to put a monster on the board in this matchup.
Yes,
Make sure he can get the clear, so.
He's thinking of whether he's going to negate with the Dragtite. I don't know if negating here is actually the best option. This has been a very intense game one, for sure.
Seriously. A lot of back and forth. The player knows that one card can cycle the other deck into like snowballing and just having so much advantage that they won't be able to come back from it. So it's just kind of like, hey, who can stop who from going nuts first?
So there goes that card's on.
There's the Golden Lord's effect from hand. It has so many effects. It's so like interesting. So there it goes. It sends her to graveyard in the monster on the field or any card. Period. We're getting rid of the Dragite there. Then he brings it back.
And his opponent, I mean, we know that there's a Conquistador there. And then what did he set? What did he set with that? Was it Hequero that he set off the Sanguine?
No, it was a Conquistador.
Oh, I thought he already had one. Unless he's just out of him, he's not playing the counter trap.
Yeah, that may be the case, but I mean, at this point, like, there's really nothing that Dagger can do here. That Conquistador is just going to. The thing that I can really see is a Block Dragon.
Here.
And there's no Block Dragon at the top, so there is going to be a concession.
So, if I found the CDM too, we look at Jarrett or one opposition taking game one of this match, which I think we kind of all expected, knowing that he's going first with an Alistair in hand and some of the traps. He's usually in a good position to win that game from there.
So side deck wise, I wonder who's gonna make who go first. Like, I've been seeing this online pattern when playing games that some people have been interrupting sides by making the person who you think should go first go second, and things like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. What do you guys think?
I genuinely think that Jarrett wants to go first here. So I think no matter what, he's going to probably side to go first.
Yeah, I think Adamancipator always just kind of has to go first, and they have to just side in and out to Dark Ruler, because that's the real card they're scared of. Not much else threatens the deck heavily, because a lot of the time, if they do have any extenders, they can just play through most hand traps. Gamma is really strong. We saw Jarrett use it in game the round four, the semifinals, the round previously, and it was just incredibly strong. They're stopping the Gallant Granite from searching and kind of shutting his opponent out completely, forcing him to just pass on, I believe, one card. So we're going to see the Adamancipator go through. Just starting at Doki Doki, kind of surprising, honestly.
I think Doki Doki is a very strong card here.
Yes, but it does lose to some generic trap cards, which we do see DD Crow being pretty strong. I'm not sure if Jarrett's on the Crow, but I know other players have been, so we'll see.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have been. Crow has been strong in the last format, but also this format because it denies the Golden Lord and some of the trap cards in graveyard before they can vanish, things like that.
So he's going to resolve.
Start combo.
Yeah, he's going to be able to do 2 effects here. What's scary to me, though, is knowing that Nibiru's live, and the only card he actually has to help play through Nibiru here is going to be a Researcher. Being down 1 Seeker is really strong. He does look like he whiffs on the effect.
But with him discarding the Doki Doki, I would assume by doing that, he probably has something like a Monster Reborn in hand. Pack pointed that out as well.
Yeah, definitely some sort of extended recovery. He could just have the Signs in hand, too. Either Reborn or Signs are both really strong.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be interesting because if he whiffs again, this may not be very good for Dagger here, and very good for Jarrett.
Yeah, we also see that we know he has the Zubaba cards in hand, so maybe he was just trying to dig for one of the correct ones, because either pulled Love or Digus off the top.
So powerful.
Oh, the Ash does come down.
Oh. Now, and he did commit his normal summon to the Researcher, or the Analyzer,
Boy,
rather.
so 1 miss and then a negation here. That's strong.
That was actually a very, very smart play on Jarrett's end, thinking about holding it to see if he whiffs first.
I mean, if he does not have Signs or Reborn here, like we're expecting him to, this should just be a pass on him. The only real play he has to follow up is going to be that Needle Fiber.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm assuming a Masquerena is going to come down here most likely. Unless he's going to make...
It's Needle Fiber.
Pack.
Oh, correct. I forget that you can use a tuner. Just kidding.
You have to.
I don't read cards. Don't mind me.
You're a Yu-Gi-Oh player. It's expected.
Yeah. We do know that Jarrett is playing Imperm, so an Imperm could actually come down here, but it doesn't.
Oh.
Interesting. So we may end up seeing the Borreload Savage with Herald of Arclight play.
Yeah.
He has it right now, so definitely a possibility.
Yeah, after this weekend, seeing Jet Synchron is now scary to me.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like normal summon Jet Synchron. You're like, I don't know, I lose. It's a very crazy play for sure. But as Chad is pointing out, Nibiru coming down here could mean the game.
Yeah, definitely scary. That's what I was thinking too. Having committed both Analyzer and Researcher means, unless he does have the hard block trading, there's not a lot he's going to be able to do if a Nibiru comes down, because one of his special summons is gone and the 2 of his best extenders are committed.
Absolutely.
But also losing the Seeker and the Analyzer means he doesn't have a good way to access. He doesn't have a good way to access Drag Tight with his hand.
It's true. And if Jarrett does have the Nibiru here, he's gonna have to do it now before he has the opportunity to sync her off, or as soon as he summons the Savage here. Because if not, that Nibiru is gonna be pretty dead.
So the Savage does look like it's fine, meaning we are expecting a Herald Arclight next to this. It is only 2 negates, but he does have pretty good follow-up in his hand for the most part. He does have a way to get into Granite.
Absolutely. Oh, he opened up more than 1 Doki Doki, which is interesting.
And we know the last 2 cards that are in hand are both the Zubaba and the other Adamancipator target that he grabbed. I only saw the...
Yeah, it was the Utopia and the Zubaba.
Okay.
So double negate here, double Omni negate isn't bad.
Yeah.
But it loses very, very hard to Dark Ruler.
Will definitely lose to Dark Ruler. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Say Dark Ruler is incredibly powerful here, because he's not really gonna be able to do much if Dark Ruler comes down. He doesn't have great follow-up right now. He does probably get to a block dragon, assuming there's no additional interaction, but hoping for that is pretty scary when you're only dealing with 2 of your opponent's cards, unless you hit them at a good choke point or they just didn't draw well.
Ooh, normal summon Alistair, trying to bait one of these negates right here.
But if he does have the Invocation, his opponent is in a pretty bad position.
Yeah, and they usually do.
So they see the Savage Nate come down.
Oh boy, so are we gonna see a follow-up invocation here? Okay, golden land, so maybe he doesn't have it yet, or he's waiting.
The scariest part of this golden land in the Herald Arclight being on board is that if he does add the golden ore to hand, I don't even know if he can activate, because I think it's cost to send, and he's gonna have to discard it from hand. So he's gonna go for golden land forever. He might just be trying to set up for next turn.
Yeah. So at this point, we already know he can have Dark Ruler because he would have fired that first. Looks like he's gonna do the Gardna play. Mirage into Gardna.
Which still doesn't swing over the Herald of Arclight. And I think we're just going to see a bunch of sets in the past. The invocation cannot activate in this situation, at least not safely, because we know that Herald will just negate it. But maybe forcing that negation is good enough.
Yeah. Kind of sad he couldn't clear the Herald, though, because, you know, the Savage negation gets regenerated right this turn now, and the Herald is still there.
Yeah, I mean, even with those negations, we know for sure that the Golden Lands is actually just dead right now. Because if he negates those two, he's not going to be able to activate the Golden Land at all. And with that Zubaba coming down.
Ew. The Banisher, yep, the Hucklearrow Banisher from the grave.
I'm surprised he lets us go through. He can negate the Golden Land, though, now that this is resolved. I think that was a mistake, because if he goes Conquistador, clears the monster, and then chains Golden Land forever to whichever negate he ends up committing, he's not really doing anything. You might be able to get into a Gallant, but in an ideal scenario, that Conquistador comes down, Golden Land follows it up. I suppose he doesn't get a pop in that situation, though, so maybe it's not the worst.
Right. Like he's gonna build the overlay network here to exceed Shogun.
So totally awesome.
If only.
So Gallant Granite coming down. He was able to negate the Gallant Granite effect, so maybe it was a mistake to do that, because it's not going to be able to resolve here. So Golden Land Forever is going to flip over, trigger, and remove it.
Yeah, he has to forever here.
Oh. It's actually surprising. Maybe he's worried that there's a block dragon in his opponent's hand and he wanted to out that before he did anything else.
It's true. This is gonna get him the access, so it's gonna. Okay, he's just gonna.
There is a concession. I do apologize for my silence. My internet actually went out on me, so I had to switch over to a hotspot.
Well, welcome back. Just in time
Glad to
for
be
an
back.
exciting, totally awesome game 3. Looks like we're gonna go to game 3.
All right, look, the Toad puns. They're getting a little bit old there, my guy.
So now we're gonna see
Never get old. But yeah, go ahead.
I'd say, so in this game, we're going to see the same thing as before, where he does have access to that summon limit going first this time, and that can be huge. I mean, it completely stops the Adamancipator player in his tracks, and so that's just incredibly potent in this matchup, and we know that he brought it in last time, and that was even going second he brought it in. So I definitely...
Oh yeah, flipping that summon limit at that point, and I talked to him after the match, and if you guys saw, he kept the invocation in the hand under anti-spell. And he told me the only reason he did that was because he only lost to a Cosmic Cyclone. So he said, I'm just going to keep this in hand and negate the Cosmic Cyclone to keep my summon limit up.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at what happens in a lot of situations, there's a lot of just auto wins this deck has versus the Adamancipator match. If we look at a card like Kaliga, unless they like draw... I mean, there's just not much they can draw to deal with a Kaliga going going second against it. They need to hard open like a Guardian to try to even swing over it, because they're only allowed one effect and one attack per turn. So I think if he just commits that and he has the Alistair in hand, he's just going to win the game pretty much for free. Not to mention cards like Summon Limit, and just having the option to open like a card like Magician Souls and just get super far ahead off of triggering all his traps in the end phase is just so powerful in this matchup.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
So I'm assuming we're going to see Jarrett go first here. We are indeed going to see Jarrett go first. We're into game 3. We have 30 watchers on Dueling Book alone, and we have 286 viewers on Twitch. How many do we have over on the YouTube side?
Got about 300, 299. So total, we got over 500 watchers, guys. It's crazy.
This is crazy. Tell your friends, this is the last game of the weekend championship. We want to have as many people here as we can. And if you guys want to stay updated on everything that is going on, make sure you follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe to PPG in all 3 of these awesome commentators, that being us. So looks like the game's about to start here. He's saying, is he here? We're not seeing any response. Maybe okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm about to say disconnect on the finals would be terrible right now.
Interesting. So they did indeed, because of the slow play earlier, did receive a extension, but we are going to go ahead and see the Black Awakening come down.
Card is really nice. Just getting straight access to that Golden Lord is just really strong. But I think because he did activate Black Awakening, we might not see a really strong board coming out from him, unless he was trying to bait something like an Ash. I don't think any Adamancipator players are really on that because it does hinder your combo ability. So
Absolutely.
we might be seeing the like I said, it's just not that strong of a hand from Jarrett here, most likely.
Well, I mean, maybe.
If there is a summon limit, that could just definitely change everything right away.
Absolutely. And what it could be as well is a Lancia. If he has Lancia backed up with a summon limit, this game may be over. Because even Evenly Matched and Cosmic Cyclone do not beat that.
Yeah, definitely. Just really strong. So we might see a Storm immediately, which would be just devastating, I think, for Jarrett here. He does get the recovery, but his opponent being able to full combo is just way too strong, I think, to recover, especially even with a board like this.
Interesting. Gentlemen, this is again your opportunity to send power to your wow, Pankratops comes down. I was going to say subscribe to Twitch Prime, but the game is changing very quickly.
That Pankratops is not going to be stopped by a Lancia, though. So he is going to pop, probably blind hit a set, which could...
Yeah, he is indeed going to do that. I wonder what that set card was. It may matter.
If it's a summon limit, it's super important. Okay, it is.
Okay, so it was a Conquistador. That could have been a lot worse. We are going to see a Researcher activate. That's not Researcher, that's Analyzer. I do not know my Adamancipator names.
Yeah, so Analyzer is like a Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster and you control the monsters, you can just special summon it for free.
Hack, really thank you for the gifted sub.
Yeah,
so he does hit Doki Doki. Arguably the best thing he could have hit in this situation.
At least without knowing his hand, yeah, incredibly strong. But we do know he does not have a Monster Born in his hand, which is nice to know because that was what helped him in the earlier games. What I do think to say is if that summon limit would have came down, so we know he doesn't have it in his hand, meaning Jarrett might take his first match loss in the finals, which is the last place he want to take a match loss in.
Sure, indeed.
Doki Doki is activating.
So Hoiquero actually could beat this if he does have it set. Okay, no Hoiquero. Maybe he's holding it for a Black Dragon later or something along those lines. I am surprised the Guardian does come down here. He does get the glove back, unless he's trying to hope for something else. But
then again, he may be reading a Nibiru in his opponent's hand.
That's definitely a possibility too. Yeah, I mean, with Analyzer committed and Researcher committed, or Seeker committed, a Nibiru would still be really strong because we can expect that if he had something, he definitely would have gone into a Researcher earlier on.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Jarrett at all, unfortunately. Unless there's a second Conquistador set, which is a possibility. But even then, I don't know that there's much that Jarrett can do here. He does hit the researcher. Yikes.
Yeah, and if that researcher connects on a gogogo card, he does still have just so many resources available to him.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see that the Guardian is still live, meaning that any hand trap here would not work. And with Jarrett having monsters on board, like Imperm is not even going to work unless he has it set. But I don't know why he wouldn't have used it sooner.
Yeah, I think definitely stopping earlier would have been the route he would have wanted to go for. At least stopping that Doki. And we see the researcher go through.
I don't think
actually whiffing. No, you cannot summon Gigantes. So
yeah,
he whiffs on the researcher, which could be really big. But because it means the Dragtite is. I mean, he's not going to have a lot of follow-up after the Dragtite, which is really huge.
And I believe we've seen 2 block dragons be excavated here. Am I right?
Yeah.
I know we've seen at least 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
never
just
mind.
kidding. there's a block dragon. Well then, this game is looking very over.
So it does make sense he didn't go for the Dodo now. So block dragon research is going to come down for probably almost guaranteed the Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber is then going to be able to get into a Jet Synchron, which will allow him to go into a Rorodon, and then he just kind of follows up clearing everything his opponent can have.
Absolutely, this is insane, because I think this is just gonna close out the game here. The fact that he hard drew the block dragon just means this game is it's not looking great.
Yeah, and then another scary thing is he still can search the researcher and just special summon it, as he got it off of the Dragtite, meaning or off the Raptite, meaning he can go into Dragtite guaranteed, clear board it, and then go push for his full combo.
Absolutely. Man, Imperm on the Needle Fiber, that's actually pretty good here, I'd say.
It just depends on what he's playing in the main, what he has in the main deck still. I mean, he's definitely driving a Researcher Gigantes in the Doki, so he does not have the TG card. That card would have been insane here.
Yeah.
It would have extended him a sword per game.
Absolutely.
But,
so Seeker, I'm assuming, is going to come down here. It is...
Oh yeah, because he just normal summoned it. I mean, he does just have special summons for free.
Absolutely. It looks like Jarrett is saying that he breaks so hard. That's unfortunate. You hate to see that, but I mean, it was bound to happen at some point. He was undefeated until this round.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising too. I mean, you look at the deck; it's very consistent. It has, 9 cards minimum that get the engine going really well. We have the Souls, the Alistair, Meltdown, probably Terraforming. And then we also have like lower cards like Summon, which if he just sees those in his opening hand, he just completely wins the game for free almost.
Absolutely. This would be one of those times that a pro set Torrential Tribute would be insane.
Yeah, and the other card, and the Nightmare Unicorn comes down, removing that set card from the he's just removed the Lord, meaning he does just believe that there's a monster set in.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like we're gonna have a 15-year-old championship for the weekend tournament right now.
Absolutely. It does look indeed to be very much over now.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Wow, I missed all of that. This is looking crazy now.
Yeah, you missed a lot. He hard drew the Black Dragon.
Oh no.
So he was holding the Imperm for what I would assume was the Gallant, and then there was the Block Dragon there, which kind of just turned everything off for him. See the Dragon down.
Now he's just flexing at this point.
I mean, he wanted to have that negate. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Savage there, but...
Oh, that looks like that's the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Darn it, I missed it, but hey, that...
Congratulations to our new champion from Germany at the age of 15, of all things.
Yeah, Ashley Dagger taking first place in the event. And yeah, that'll be it for this week. Definitely check out the Grand Championship. Next week, we have commentators Simo and MBT for that. And hopefully we'll have another good tournament like this. And I assume even more viewers than before. And if you guys haven't already, my name is Kyler, also known as Dally. I'm from Team No Tears. You can check me out, and I'll let the other two do their kind of outros, and then we'll go over to George. We'll finish it out.
Yes, absolutely. I am the King of Scrubs. You can subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter at King of Scrubs YT. Well, all three of our links are actually on the overlay, so you guys can find us super easy. I've really enjoyed being here, George. Thank you for having me. Hopefully I can do this again more in the future.
Agreed. And one more time, it's everybody's favorite Frogmaster, Yu-Gi-Tuber, Jam1TCG. Make sure you guys subscribe to all of us in PPG because you guys don't want to miss anything. And make sure you guys join into this weekend. Like, the more people that keep playing the game while we're in this quarantine, the more we can keep the game alive. So keep on playing.
Hey everyone! If you're enjoying the coverage of the Pro Play Tour Online series, just remember, you can play in one yourself. Every Thursday you can enter our free weekly 64-player tournament with invites to the entire Top Cut. Every Saturday is our weekend championship, where you can enter a YCS-type event with 100% payout and even a cash payout option. The more players, the bigger the prizes. Can't commit time to play in our one-day events? We also host multiple 8-man pods daily, ready to fire on demand on your own schedule. All these events award invites to our free invite-only Players Championship, May 9th through 10th, with prizes supplied by our sponsors. For more information, visit ppgeventmanagement.com and come play with the pros.